Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Epiphannytaylor for those of you who are stopping by for the first time. So today I am reviewing a new launch by Dior, their Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder Foundation. This is a perfecting translucent powder and I am pairing it with Dior's Rogue lipsticks. I purchased two different shades. In addition, I did go ahead and grab one of their concealers. I'm loving it. I can't wait to show you guys. So that being said, let's just get right into the video. So I went ahead and purchased the shade 8N. This is what the product looks like. It has little Dior imprints all throughout the powder. As you can see, I have used it a little bit and it is very shimmery. And I grabbed the exact matching shade in the concealer. This is 8N as well. I actually didn't mean to grab a shade that's the exact shade of the foundation or the exact matching shade of the foundation, but I was kind of in a rush in the store. You know, this next to this just looked like, oh, okay, that's a little lighter, and I grabbed it. So I'm just gonna make this work since it's what I have. If I decide that I want to keep the foundation and I love it, then I'll probably go switch this out with something lighter, but I'll use this and I'll combine it with my other concealers. And last but not least, the lipsticks. I purchased two of the Rogue Dior lipsticks. 910, which is Ardent. So they have a few different categories for you to choose from with the lipsticks finish. This one is Velvet, and the other one is 814 Rogue Atelier, and this one is a matte finish. These are two swatches of the lipstick on the back of my hand there. That's what they look like. All right, so let's start applying some makeup. This foundation can be layered on top of their liquid foundation, or it can be used alone. I didn't purchase the liquid foundation, so I'm just going to be using this alone. So the primer that I'm using today is my LMS Pro Collagen Insta Smooth Primer. So I don't want something that's too mattifying or powdery. Since it's a powder foundation, just remember we're going to start with our concealer, contour, and then we're going to go in with the powder on top. And that being said, I'm going to also go ahead and do my brows ahead of time. So don't worry about me. Okay, so I will be using my She Glam makeup sponge today. So let's start with our concealers. First, I need to do some color correcting around my mouth. You guys know I do this all the time. This is my step. So this Dior concealer, I can already tell is going to be pretty red, but I'm just going to go ahead and cover my entire under eye area with this and blend that out all the way. Then I'll come back in with my other concealers. It works, but it also is very red. Like, I actually could have used this to color correct probably. I'm actually going to put a little bit on top of my color corrector just to see. Yeah. Now let's go in with my other concealers. The two I use, this is a Pat McGrath and a Becca Cosmetics concealer. In the Pat McGrath Labs concealer, I use the shade D30. I'm gonna do like some inner and outer corner concealing. No, I'm gonna go ahead and put this all over. I want my under eye bags to disappear. I'll do the lighter concealer as I usually do on the inner and outer eye. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a powder blush today, so I'll go ahead and go in with my setting powder. I'll use my main duo here, which is my Pat McGrath Labs Medium Deep 4 and my Laura Mercier, which is Translucent Medium Deep. And I feel like I need the setting powder because it kind of brightens everything under my eye. So I'm going to do that even though I am using a powder all over. First, we're going to go in with my Pat McGrath Labs and put that all over my under eye. There's product in the top of the jar, so I'm actually just taking the product that's in the top of the jar instead of directly dipping into the powder. Under the other eye, a little on top of my mouth, just a little bit, some here. My nose, I'm just taking this side here, which are the two sides that aren't designated for any particular part of the face or particular step. So I'm just taking that and I'm squishing it and using that to go over my nose. I'm actually gonna go in with my gem blender for the Laura Mercier powder. So I'm gonna dip directly into the jar itself, but I'm gonna dab a little bit of it off because I don't want it to be too heavy. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the outer corners set. Okay, and I'll do the inner corners too. A little dab here, a little dab there. And for the bridge of my nose, again, I'll just go in with the She Glam blender and squeeze that, pinch that, and just do it right here on the bridge. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and etch away any excess that I don't want on my nose, just in case. All right, so now all of that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my eyes and then come back and I'll show you guys the foundation. Dior does not give you an application sponge, but that's okay. I'm gonna use my Shine She Glam makeup sponge to apply the product. Yeah, last time I found that I thought the sponge application was the best way for a powder. They make the product so pretty that when you start to, you know, mess it up, like it's blending down the imprints, it's kind of sad. It's like, but anyways, let's just go over a little bit about the powdered no powder foundation. Basically, it says that it helps create an even, naturally matte and luminous complexion without a powdery finish and lasts all day. The skin is supposed to appear perfected, imperfections blurred, shine reduced, and the complexion is naturally more even. I'm just trying to just pack it on top of my contour, my concealer. I'll drag it down to my neck a little bit too. So I have highlighter on the bridge of my nose, so I don't want to cover that too much. So I'm just going to squeeze this and kind of go on the sides, dabbing it. And I'm gonna go under the eye just a little bit, just like light presses, like dabs. I did set it, so it's fine. I don't really need it there. So I guess a lot of the beauty brands are coming out with like matte and luminous, like 2-in-1. Like people want matte, but they want luminous, but they don't want to be too matte and they don't want to be too like oily looking. I actually want some more bronzing action. So I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place palette. This is the Saharan Blush Volume 1. So I'm gonna go into my custom made Le Femme palette and use one of these bad boys for a blush. I'm actually gonna do a duo of Rust and Russet. And yeah, there we go. And bring it all the way up to the side of my brows. So I think that is a beautiful look. Start at the apples of the cheeks and just bring it up. And then I'm gonna put a little more of it in my eyes just to bring the look together. I love to do this. I love this step here. Blending your blush right underneath your brow bone and like winging it out. It's gorgeous. Just makes everything come together very well. Now for the lipstick. So first we're gonna go in with 814 Rogue Atelier, but I think I'm feeling the darker brown for today. I love to overdraw, so I'm gonna go over my lip line. Not too crazy, like not just a little. That's how, what is this, 814 Rogue Atelier matte finish. Very rusty, like orangey. It looks natural, even though no one has orange lips, but y'all know I'm always looking for a good natural brown. Now this isn't brown, I know, but it falls somewhere within the lines of a natural lipstick for my skin tone. So let's go ahead and try on 910 Ardent, and this is in the velvet finish. I love it, and it feels so good on your lips. Yeah, it feels velvet on your lips. I love it. So I'm wearing this today. So this is definitely a new fave, and it's matching my blush and everything so well, and it feels so good. Like my lips feel like two plush little pillows. Like It looks so good. I'm just gonna go in with Patrick Ta's face gloss. The name of it is She Gives Me Life. I'm obsessed with this gloss glow, so that's what I'm gonna use. But I have actually been using it incorrectly, kind of just slapping it on like some butter. But I'm gonna show you guys the correct way to use it. Pretty much you go into the product with your blender, dab it onto the back of my hand here, and then you dab it onto your cheek. Just like that. Like, that's pretty much the gist. Just do it like that. And I'm feeling like it's too much, so I'll just flip it over to the dry side, or the side that doesn't have any gloss on it, and I'll just go over it with that side there, just to blend it all in. Alrighty guys, and this is the final look for today's makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe to the channel if you have not, and give me a thumbs up, and keep tuning in.